not made up by someone in this world. It came down from the spiritual world and brought to us by Lord Krishna himself, so that by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we can remember Krishna 24 hours a day. And that is called practice makes perfect, because if you're always thinking of Krishna, then at the moment of death, you'll be able to remember Krishna and go back to the spiritual world. What you do at the moment of death is going to determine what's going to happen to you. So if you can remember Krishna at the moment of death, you go back to the spiritual world where there's no more birth, death, old age, and disease, and you'll be in the company of the most exalted personalities in the world. So listen to this carefully, because this is the real purpose of life, to free yourself from the modes of material nature and attain eternal life in the spiritual world. So in the Bhagavad Gita it says, and you can repeat after me, Raja Vidya Raja Guyam Pavitram Idam Uttamam Pratyaksha Vagamam Dharmam Susukam Kartam Avyayam. And now the English translation, you can repeat after me. This knowledge is the king of education, the most secret of all secrets. It is the purest knowledge, and because it gives direct perception of the self by realization, it is the perfection of religion. It is everlasting, and it is joyfully performed. His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, gives a purport to this verse, and he says, this chapter of Bhagavad Gita is called the King of Knowledge because it is the essence of all doctrines and philosophies explained before. Among the principal philosophers in India are Gautama, Kanada, Kapila, Yajnavalkya, Sandilya, and Vivasnara. And finally, there is Vyasadeva, the author of the Vedanta Sutra. So there is no dearth of knowledge in the field of philosophy or transcendental knowledge. Now, the Lord says that this 9th chapter is the king of all knowledge, the essence of all knowledge that can be derived from the study of the Vedas and different kinds of philosophy. It is the most confidential, it is most confidential because, it is most confidential or transcendental knowledge which involves understanding the difference between the soul and the body. And the king of all confidential knowledge culminates in devotional service. Generally, people are not educated in this confidential knowledge. They're educated in external knowledge. As far as ordinary education is concerned, people are involved with so many departments of politics, sociology, physics, chemistry, mathematics, astronomy, engineering, etc. There are so many departments of knowledge all over the world and many huge universities, but there is unfortunately no university for educational institution where the science of the spirit soul is instructed. Now that is a very profound statement. Nobody is teaching the science of the spirit soul. Everyone's learning about the body, but they're not learning about the soul. Bhagavad Gita is knowledge of the soul that is eternal, and how you, a human being, can attain that eternal existence in the spiritual world. We all have a soul that's eternal. Therefore, we never actually die. We are simply changing our bodies from an old, decrepit body to a new body. And then that body gets old, and then we get another body. So there is birth and death. But when you get a body that you use to understand Krishna, that will be your last body, because you'll become educated in Krishna consciousness and engaged in bhakti yoga, the yoga of love and devotion for Krishna, and now you will be liberated from the cycle of birth and death. The Bhagavad Gita, especially from the second chapter on, stresses the importance of the soul. In the very beginning, the Lord says that this body is perishable and that the soul is not perishable. Antavanta ime deha nityasyukta saririna. That is a confidential part of knowledge. Simply knowing that the spirit soul is different from this body and that its nature is immutable, meaning it can never die, and indestructible and eternal. But that gives no positive information about the soul. Sometimes people are under the impression that the soul is different from the body, and that when the body is finished or one is liberated from the body, the soul remains in a void and becomes impersonal. But actually, that is not the fact. How can the soul, which is so active within this body, be inactive after being liberated from the body? It is always active. If it is eternal, then it is eternally active, and its activities in the spiritual kingdom are the most confidential part of spiritual knowledge. These activities of the spirit soul are therefore indicated here as constituting the king of all knowledge, the most confidential part of knowledge. This knowledge is the purest form of activities, as explained in Vedic literature. In the Padma Purana, man's sinful activities have been analyzed and are shown to be the results of sin after sin. Those who are engaged in fruitive activities are entangled in different stages and forms of sinful reactions. For instance, when the seed of a particular tree is sown, the tree does not appear immediately to grow. It takes some time. It is first a small sprouting plant. Then it assumes the form of a tree. Then it flowers and bears fruit. And when it is complete, the flowers and fruits are enjoyed by persons who have sown the seed of the tree. Similarly, a man performs a sinful act, and like a seed, it takes time to fructify. There are different stages. The sinful action may have already stopped within the individual, but the results or the fruit of that sinful action are still to be enjoyed or suffered. There are sins which are still in the form of a seed, and there are others which are already fructified and are giving us fruit, which we are enjoying as distress and pain. As explained in the 28th verse of the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, a person who has completely ended the reactions of all sinful activities and who is fully engaged in pious activities, being freed from the duality of this material world, becomes engaged in devotional service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. In other words, those who are actually engaged in devotional service of the Supreme Lord are already freed from all reactions of karma. This statement is confirmed in the Padma Purana. aparabda phalam papam kutam bijam phalon mukam krame naiva praliyeta Vishnu bhakti ritat manam. For those who are engaged in the devotional service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, all sinful reactions, whether fructified, whether in the stock or in the form of a seed, gradually vanish. Therefore, the purifying potency of devotional service is very strong, and it is called Pavitram Uttamam, the purest. Uttama means transcendental. Tamas means this material world or darkness, and Uttama means that which is transcendental to material activities. Devotional activities are never to be considered material, although sometimes it appears that devotees are engaged just like ordinary men. One who can see and is familiar with devotional service will know that they are not material activities. They are all spiritual and devotional, uncontaminated by the material modes of nature. It is said that the execution of devotional service is so perfect that one can perceive the results directly. This direct result is actually perceived, and we have practical experience that any person who is chanting the holy names of Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, in course of chanting without offenses, feels some transcendental pleasure and very quickly becomes purified of all material contamination. This is actually seen. Furthermore, if one engages not only in hearing, but in trying to broadcast the message of devotional activities as well, or if he engages himself in helping the missionary activities of Krishna consciousness, he gradually feels spiritual progress. This advancement in spiritual life does not depend on any kind of previous education or qualification. The method itself is so pure that by simply engaging in it, one becomes pure. In the Vedanta Sutra, this is also described in the following words: Prakasas cha karmanyabhyasat. Devotional service is so potent that simply by engaging in the activities of devotional service, one becomes enlightened without a doubt. I'm going to stop right there and focus on this, what is devotional service, because it's talking about devotional service in this part of the book. Devotional service is when you engage your mind, your body, your money, your everything in the service of Krishna. So, normally people serve themselves, but when you serve Krishna, that is devotional service, sacred service, the service by which you can be liberated eternally from this material world and go back to Godhead. So, devotional service is the real work that we should do. You can work in a company, you can make millions of dollars, but you're going to die and lose everything. But when you engage in devotional service, anything you do in devotional service becomes an immortal asset. In other words, if you do only 10% of devotional service in this lifetime, two things happen. One is you're guaranteed a human body in your next life, and two is you begin your devotional service from where you stopped. So if you did 10% of devotional service in your previous life, you start from 0.11%. So therefore, you can never be a loser in Krishna consciousness. You should listen to this carefully. This is real knowledge. And because of this real knowledge, and the mercy of Krishna, you can be liberated very easily simply by engaging always in devotional service. Like, for example, you have to eat every day. Sometimes people eat once a day, sometimes people eat twice a day, sometimes people eat 3 times a day, sometimes people eat 4, 5, 6 times a day. If every time you want to eat something, it should be, of course, vegetarian diet with no garlic and onion, piyaz and lasan. Those are forbidden for Vaishnavas because they're in the modes of ignorance and passion. So when you eat purified food, like fresh vegetables and so forth, and you prepare your meal of fresh vegetables and drinks and so forth, then you offer it first to Krishna. And you give Krishna a little bit of time to digest the food, and then Krishna offers it back to you as prasad or prasadam. Now you're not dealing with just food. You're dealing with a supernatural product called prasadam. And by eating only prasadam in this lifetime, you become purified and you are guaranteed to go back to the spiritual world. Therefore, Krishna consciousness is the only philosophy by which, simply by eating, you can go back to the spiritual world. But of course, it has to be eating Krishna prasadam. Okay, so here it says, for those who are engaged in the devotional service of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, all sinful reactions, whether fructified in the stock or in the form of a seed, gradually vanish. Therefore, the purifying potency of devotional service is very strong, and it is called Pavitram Uttamam, the purest of the pure. Uttama means transcendental, tamas means this material world or darkness, and uttama means that which is transcendental to material activities. Devotional activities are never to be considered material, although sometimes it appears that devotees are engaged just like ordinary men. One who can see and is familiar with devotional service will know that they are not material activities. They are all spiritual and devotional, uncontaminated by material modes of nature. It is said that the execution of devotional service is so perfect that one can perceive the results directly. This direct result is actually perceived, and we have practical experience that any person who is chanting the holy names of Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, in course of chanting without offenses, feels some transcendental pleasure and very quickly becomes purified of all material contamination. This is actually seen. Furthermore, if one engages not only in hearing, but in trying to broadcast the message of devotional activities as well, or if he engages himself in helping the missionary activities of Krishna consciousness, he gradually feels spiritual progress. This advancement in spiritual life does not depend on any kind of previous education or qualification. The method itself is so pure that by simply engaging in it, one becomes pure. In the Vedanta Sutra 3.2.26, this is also described in the following words: Prakasascha karmanya abhyasat. Devotional service is so potent that simply by engaging in the activities of devotional service, one becomes enlightened without a doubt. A practical example of this can be seen in the previous life of Narada Muni, who in that life happened to be the son of a maidservant. His mother, who was a maidservant, was very poor. He had no education, nor was he born into a high family. But when his mother was engaged in serving great devotees, Narada also became engaged in sometimes in the absence of his mother, he would serve the great devotees himself. Narada personally says, his previous life, in the previous life of Narada, he says that while engaged as a boy servant for those purified devotees during the 4 months of their stay, he was intimately associating with them. Sometimes those sages left remnants of food on their dishes, and the boy, who would wash their dishes, wanted to taste the remnants. So he asked the great devotees for their permission. And when they gave it, Narada ate those remnants and consequently became freed from all sinful reactions. As he went on eating what? Eating Krishna Prasadam, he gradually became as pure-hearted as the sages. The great devotees relished the taste of unceasing devotional service to the Lord by hearing and chanting, and Narada gradually developed the same taste. Narada says further, by associating with the great sages, Narada got the taste for hearing and chanting the glories of the Lord, and he developed a great desire for devotional service. Therefore, as described in the Vedanta Sutra, prakasascha karmanya abhyasat, if one is engaged simply in the acts of devotional service, everything is revealed to him automatically, and he can understand. This is called pratyaksha, directly perceived. Okay, my dear friends, please keep quiet. Please keep quiet. Please keep quiet so you can hear the lecture. Please keep quiet. I'll say it one more time. Please keep quiet. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Let's everybody chant Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. One more time. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, one more time. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. It's very important to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra if you want to go back to the spiritual world. If you want to stay in the material world, don't chant Hare Krishna. But if you want to go back to the spiritual world, you should definitely chant Hare Krishna every day. And there's an example of this. There was a young boy who was born in a Muslim family. But he became interested in chanting Hare Krishna. And he began to chant every day. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Eventually, he became so spiritually enlightened that he became the real, what you would call, example of a pure devotee, even though he was born in a Muslim family. And his name is
Haridas Thakur.
Haridas Thakur. he became what you would call the poster boy of chanting Hare Krishna. 23 and a half hours a day he would chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So there was one man, he was jealous of Haridas Thakur. And because he was jealous, he paid a prostitute to make Haridas Thakur fall down and lose his spirituality. So one night, Haridas Thakur was chanting 23 and a half hours a day, Hare Krishna. So this prostitute went to see him at night and asked him, please don't chant anymore. I want to give you my love. And Haridas Thakur said, oh, I'm very happy that you're here, but please wait a little bit until I finish chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. I have to chant a lot of mantras, so you please sit here, and when I finish chanting, then we will enjoy each other. So the prostitute sat there, but the Prabhuji, he chanted all night long, and it went right into the early morning, and the prostitute fell asleep, and when she woke up, she saw it was daylight, and she said, why didn't you wake me up? He said, oh, I'm sorry. I just finished chanting all my rounds, but if you want, you can come back again tonight. So she left, and Haridas Thakur continued chanting. Of course, Haridas Thakur was chanting Hare Krishna 23 and a half hours. He only had a half an hour to take care of his body and eat something. So the next night she came, and again, Haridas Thakur was chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. And the prostitute said, Haridas, you're not keeping your promise. You said that you would give me my satisfaction. He said, oh, I'm sorry, but I have to finish my rounds of Hare Krishna. So you just sit down again, and when I finish, then I will do whatever you want me to do. And she said, okay. But again, he kept chanting, because he would chant 23 and a half hours a day, the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So she fell asleep again, and again she woke up, and she saw it was daytime. And she got a little bit frustrated and said, Haridas, you're cheating me. You said that you would let me satisfy you, but you just chanted all night long. He said, oh, I'm sorry. You come back again tomorrow, and I will take care of you. So again she went home, and the next night she came back, and again, Haridas was chanting his rounds, 23 and a half hours, and something miraculous happened. She started to chant with him. And because she chanted with him, she started to cry. And Haridas said, why are you crying? You should be happy chanting Hare Krishna. And she said, yes, but I have to I have to tell you what the truth is. I'm a prostitute. I was paid to make you fall down. But because I've been listening to you chanting for 2 days now is the third day, I became purified. I don't want to be a prostitute anymore. I want you to be my guru, and I want you to teach me to chant always and to give up this sinful life. And Haridas Thakur said, yes, I knew what you were trying to do, but I kept chanting for your benefit. Now, please, I'm going to let you have my place of chanting. You can live here, And I can guarantee you, you won't have to work anymore. People will come and give you everything you need because you will be a sensation. You were a prostitute who became a pure devotee. So Haridas Thakur blessed her, and he left. And she kept chanting Hare Krishna. And like Haridas Thakur said, people were amazed that this prostitute became a pure devotee, and they would bring her all the time prasadam, fruits and vegetables and everything, much more than she could eat, and she would share that with poor people, and she became a pure devotee, chanting always the holy names of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So Haridas Thakur became famous. He was able to convert a prostitute into a pure devotee. Not only that, but he made many, many people pure devotees by chanting simply the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. So if you want to help someone, the greatest benefit, the greatest, let's say, asset you can give your friend is to teach them to chant Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. If your friend takes up to chanting Hare Krishna, all their problems will go away. And they'll thank you. They'll fall down at your feet and say, my dear Prabhu, you have given me the greatest benefit of all, chanting Hare Krishna. And now I have no problems. And also, people are giving me so much food, I don't know what to do with it. I have to share it with others. So in this way, Haridas Thakur turned the prostitute into a pure devotee. So we should understand the power and the glory of chanting Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. It can help everyone, the sick, the happy, the sad, the rich, and so forth, into devotees by purely chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra with pure intention of glorifying Krishna. So, therefore it says, Narada Muni, in his previous life, was a not educated. And as a boy's servant to some sadhus during the 4 months of the stay, when these sadhus would stay in one place, his mother was a person who cooked for sadhus. So Haridas was only 5 years old at that time. So his mother would be cooking, and he would be sitting and hearing the sages talk to each other. And also, when the sages received the prasadam from the mother, they would eat some, but leave a little bit for Haridas Thakur. So, after 4 months like that, Haridas Thakur became a pure devotee, even though he was only 5 years old. And when these great sages left, for some reason or other, his mother was bitten by a snake and she died. And now Haridas was only 5 years old, but he was not, Narada Muni was not afraid, and he grew up to be a pure devotee of Krishna and turned many, many hundreds and thousands and millions of people into devotees. So, therefore, it says, sometimes those sages left remnants of food on their dishes, and the boy who would wash their dishes wanted to taste the remnants. So he asked the great devotees for their permission. And when they gave it, Narada ate those remnants and consequently became freed from all sinful reactions. As he went on eating, he gradually became as pure-hearted as the sages. The great devotees relished the taste of unceasing devotional service to the Lord by hearing and chanting, and Narada gradually developed the same taste. Narada says further, by associating with the sages, Narada got the taste for hearing and chanting the glories of the Lord, and he developed a great desire for devotional service. Therefore, as described in the Vedanta Sutra, prakasascha karmanya abhyasat, if one is engaged simply in the acts of devotional service, everything is revealed to him automatically, and he can understand. This is called pratyaksha, or directly perceived. The word dharmyam means the path of religion. Narada was actually a son of a maidservant. He had no opportunity to go to school. He was simply assisting his mother. And fortunately, his mother rendered some service to a group of devotees. The child Narada also got the opportunity, and simply by association achieved the highest goal of religion. The highest goal of religion is devotional service. As stated in Srimad Bhagavatam, Savai Pumsa Parodharmo Yato Bhaktir Ahoksaje. Religious people generally do not know that the highest perfection of religion is the attainment of devotional service. As we have already discussed in regard to the last verse of chapter 8, Vedesu Yagyesu Tapasu Chaiva. Gradually, Vedic knowledge is required for self-realization. But here, although Arjuna never went to the school of the spiritual master and was not educated in Vedic principles, he acquired the highest results of Vedic study. This process is so potent that even without performing the religious process regularly, one can be raised to the highest perfection. How is this possible? This is also confirmed in Vedic literature, Acharyavam Purusho Veda. One who is in association with great acharyas, even if he is not educated or has never studied the Vedas, can become familiar with all the knowledge necessary for realization. So, to be able to associate with genuine sadhus is the greatest blessing you can have in your life. And in the association of genuine sadhus, you can become Krishna conscious almost overnight and practice Krishna consciousness for the rest of your life. That is the strength and power of genuine sadhus. They go around, they're not interested in making money. That's not a sadhu. They're interested in helping people become Krishna conscious. That's a real sadhu. And by chanting Hare Krishna all the time, these sadhus convince us to also chant as much as we can the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. The process of devotional service is a very happy one. Susukam. Why? Devotional service consists of Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu. Hearing and repeating the Maha Mantra Hare Krishna. Shravanam means hearing the mantra. Kirtanam means repeating or chanting the mantra Hare Krishna. So one can simply hear the chanting of the glories of the Lord, or can attend philosophical lectures on transcendental knowledge given by authorized acharyas. Simply by sitting, one can learn. Then one can eat the remnants of the food offered to God in nice palatable dishes, meaning prasadam. In every state, devotional service is joyful. one can execute devotional service even in the most poverty-stricken condition. The Lord says, Patram pushpam phalam toyam. He is ready to accept from the devotee any kind of offering, never mind what, even a leaf, a flower, a bit of fruit, or a little water, which are all available in every part of the world. And it can be offered by anyone, regardless of social position. Excuse me. And will be accepted if offered with love. There are many instances in history, simply by tasting the tulasi leaves offered to the lotus feet of the Lord, great sages like Sanat Kumar became great devotees. Therefore, the devotional process is very nice. It can be executed in a happy mood. God accepts only the love with which things are offered to Him. That is what we are teaching here in this temple. How to offer things to Krishna with love. If you do that, your whole life will change, and you'll become endeared to Krishna, and all your problems will go away. There are so many problems in the world. That's because people are bereft of knowledge of Krishna. But once you become Krishna conscious, and you have knowledge of who Krishna is and how to please Krishna, your whole life changes, and all your problems go away. That's very important. And you become happy. You become peaceful. You become very kind. And you become very tolerant. That is the explanation of who a devotee is. A devotee is very, very tolerant. He doesn't get angry. He doesn't get inflamed with jealousy or anger. He's always kind and gentle, and he's always chanting Hare Krishna, and he's always acting for the welfare of others. That is a genuine devotee. Chanting, dancing, and feasting. That's what we're doing today. Today is Janashtami. Today we are chanting, dancing, and feasting. So we should take advantage of this opportunity to see how beautiful the deity is, Radha and Krishna, and Sitaram, Lakshman, Hanuman, and also have some nice prasadam, and we are going to dance also tonight. Wildly dance up until 1 o'clock at night, chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Don't miss tonight, because tonight, right up till 1 o'clock in the morning, we will be chanting, dancing, and feasting. Now, we started the chanting, dancing, and feasting early today, but it's going to continue right up to 1 o'clock tonight. That means that we have some feeling, some attachment, some love for Krishna, because we're spending the whole day chanting, dancing, and feasting, and remembering Krishna with love and devotion. That means that we are blessed. Not everyone can be blessed like this. It's because we have a temple here, and this is our first temple in Sammamish. We have our second temple in Bellevue, and now we're going to have our third temple in Bothell. So today is a great time to make a donation for our third temple. We have already collected $2 million. We just have to gain $1 more million to pay off the money that's necessary to own that temple outright with no debt. So if you can donate today. It'll be a great benefit. That way we can open up the Bothell Temple with no debts. I always like to open new temples. I've opened many temples, but I always try to collect the money to pay off the mortgage of the temple so that the devotees that are maintaining the temple have no debts. It's much better to start like that. Otherwise, if you have to pay $500 or $5,000 every month, it's not fun. It's not fun. It puts a lot of stress. But if we can raise enough money tonight to pay off the final $1 million that we owe to move into our new temple in Bothell, that'll be a very wonderful thing to do. I have given $700,000. One other lady who is a wonderful devotee, she's given $1 million. And another gentleman has given $300,000. Now we need to raise $1 more million to pay off the money required to own the temple that we're going to move into in Bothell. If you are generous today, you can help us. Give whatever you can. It will be used only to pay off the debt that we have to this new temple. And whether we get the money or not, we're going to still move in, but we'll move in with a debt. But the best way to move in is with no debt, not owing any money. It makes it much easier for the pujaris that are going to be there. They don't have to worry about paying off a debt. So please, be generous. Try and help us today. Give very generous donations. In fact, let me see. I got a donation from a very nice lady. Let me see what it is. What happened to it? What happened to my... There must be a check here somewhere. Oh, I know where it is. I'm using my glasses. I don't have my glasses. So today, a very nice lady came. I've known her for many, many years. And she gave $10,000. Jai Shri Krishna Bhagavan Ki Jai. She knows that we have this new temple in Bothell. And we want to go into that temple with no debt. So we have already collected $2 million. So I talked to this lady today. She came here. She's not here now. And when she heard what I was talking about, she gave a $10,000 check. Here it is. So we need to get more checks so that we can move into our new temple in Bothell without any debts. That way, the pujaris will not be in any anxiety, and they will serve you with love and devotion. They'll serve you anyway, even if there is a debt, but it's much easier for them to maintain the temple if there's no debts. You have something to tell me? Huh? No? Okay. Okay. So here is a $10,000 check from a wonderful lady who I know for many years now. She wants to see our new temple in Bothell prosperous. And the fact that we can go into that temple with no debts is a great, great blessing. So help us. You can also donate today. You might not be able to donate $10,000 like she has done, but you can donate whatever you can. Then we will have a temple in Bothell. And believe me, it's going to be a very, very popular temple. After Bothell, there is other places that we're going to open temples. But let's get past Bothell first. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, are there any questions anyone would like to ask? Let's have a few questions today. We already had some questions. Let's have a few more questions. Does anyone have a question? Raise your hand. Don't be afraid. Raise your hand. Will you have the microphone? This one?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. Here is the
go ahead.
microphone.
Huh? No, I'll use it.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, I have a question. How can we please Krishna on Janmashtami day?
How can we please Krishna on this day of Janmashtami? You can please Krishna by chanting his holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. You can also please Krishna by bowing down to him. You can also please Krishna by making a nice donation today that will go toward our newest temple in Bothell, which will open up at the end of September. That is our hope, that we can go into that temple without any debt. We have already raised $2 million. We just have to raise $1 more $1 million. Of course, I should say, what is it? I have a $10,000, so that means $90,000. Yeah, $990,000, so that we can move into the temple in Bothell with no debt. So please be very generous today. Open up your purse and give generous donation so that we can pay off the debt in the Bothell temple, and our pujaris will not have any anxiety, and they'll be able to serve you without any difficulties. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Chant Hare Krishna and be happy. Now this little baby is not happy, so we should help that baby hear the mantra Hare Krishna. Okay, so now I'll continue reading from the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Yeah, okay. Hare Krishna. So Narada Muni, we're talking about Narada Muni, he describes his previous life to his disciple Vyasadeva. Narada Muni says that while engaged as a boy servant for those pure devotees during the 4 months of their stay, he was intimately, okay, the baby has to stop crying. The baby has to stop crying.
Please keep silence.
There has to be silence. The baby has to stop crying.
There's a separate space for kids in the back library. You can take the kids there if they are crying, because here the class is going on. Please maintain silence and respect Bhagavan Shri Krishna.
So Narada Muni describes his previous life to his disciple Vyasadeva. He says that while engaged as a boy's servant for those purified devotees during the 4 months of their stay, he, Narada, was intimately associating with them. At that time, Narada Muni was only 5 years old. And these great sadhus came in the period where it rains a lot in India. And the mother of Prahlad was a maidservant. So she was serving them. She was cooking for them. She was doing the cleaning and everything. And 5-year-old Narada was always sitting down and listening to these great sages' lectures and speaking. And also, he asked permission if he could have the remains of their prasad. And they said yes. So now this 5-year-old boy, Narada Muni, was eating a little bit of prasadam of these great pure devotees and also hearing their discourses. So it says, while engaged as a boy servant for those purified devotees during the 4 months of their stay, Narada was intimately associating with them. Sometimes those sages left remnants of food on their dishes, and the boy, Narada, who would wash their dishes, wanted to taste the remnants. So he asked the great devotees for their permission, and when they gave it, Narada ate those remnants and consequently became freed from all sinful reactions. As he went on eating, he gradually became as pure-hearted as the sages. The great devotees relished the taste of unceasing devotional service to the Lord by hearing and chanting, and Narada gradually developed the same taste of hearing and chanting about Krishna. Narada says further, by associating with the sages, Narada got the taste for hearing and chanting the glories of the Lord, and he developed a great desire for devotional service. Therefore, he described in the Vedanta Sutra, prakasas cha karmanya abhyasat. If one is engaged simply in the acts of devotional service, everything is revealed to him automatically, and he can understand. This is called pratyaksha, directly perceived. The word dharmyam means the path of religion. Narada was actually a son of a maidservant. He had no opportunity to go to school. He was simply assisting his mother, and fortunately his mother rendered some service to great devotees. The child Narada also got the opportunity, and simply by associating with these great devotees, achieved the highest goal of all religion. The highest goal of all religion is devotional service, as stated in Srimad Bhagavatam, Savai Pumsa Paro Dharmo Yato Bhaktir Ahoksaje. Religious people generally do not know that the highest perfection of religion is the attainment of devotional service. As we have already discussed in regard to the latest verse, to the last verse of chapter 8, Vedesu Yagyesu Tapasu Chaiva, generally Vedic knowledge is required for self-realization. But here, although Narada never went to the school of the spiritual master and was not educated in the Vedic principles, he acquired the highest results of Vedic study. This process is so potent that even without performing the religious process regularly, one can be raised to the highest perfection. How is this possible? This is also confirmed in Vedic literature, Acharyavam Purusho Veda. One who is in the association with great acharyas, even if he is not educated or has never studied the Vedas, can become familiar with all the knowledge necessary for realization. Okay, everyone should keep quiet, please. Everyone should keep quiet. Please keep quiet so we can hear what's being said. What's being said is very important. You might think it's not so important, but I know that it's very important if you want to have spiritual knowledge. So we're speaking about Narada Muni. Narada, by associating with great sages, he was only 5 years old at the time. His mother was a maidservant. She would leave the little boy, Narada, with the sadhus. So he was able to hear their lectures, and he was able to have some of their prasad remnants. In this way, he became completely purified by eating the prasadam of the sadhus and hearing the lectures of the sadhus. This is what you would call purification, spiritual purification. hearing the lectures of bona fide sadhus, and eating only Krishna prasadam. That is what we serve in this temple. We only serve Krishna prasadam. And we only lecture on Krishna. That's okay, leave it there. No, don't open it, don't open it. We only lecture from Bhagavad Gita, which is the oldest book in the history of the world. Bhagavad Gita was first spoken by the Krishna to the sun god, Vivaswan, millions and millions and millions of years ago. And the last time Bhagavad Gita was spoken, it was to Arjuna 5,000 years ago. So there's no other book as old as the Bhagavad Gita. It is millions and millions of years ago that it was first spoken by Krishna to the sun god, Vivaswan. And the last time it was spoken by Krishna directly to Arjuna 5,000 years ago.
Please like the
So we see that Bhagavad Gita is the oldest book in the history of the world. There's no other book that is equal to Bhagavad Gita. The Quran is hardly 1,500 years old. The Christian book, the Bible, is only 2,000 years old. Bhagavad Gita is millions and millions of years old. Just imagine, millions and millions of years old. It dwarfs the Quran, it dwarfs the Bible. And of course, there are still mistakes in the Bible and still mistakes in the Quran, but there's no mistakes in the Bhagavad Gita. You might say, oh, well, you're prejudiced, Hari Vilas. You say there's some mistakes in the Bible. Yeah, there are mistakes in the Bible. I can point them out to you if you want, but there are no mistakes in Bhagavad Gita because it was spoken directly by Krishna to Arjuna 5,000 years ago. Okay, so now we'll continue. By associating with sages, Narada Muni got the taste for hearing and chanting the glories of the Lord, and he developed a great desire for devotional service. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please keep quiet. Please keep quiet and listen to this. After you have darshan, then you can go out and speak all you want. But in the temple, this is a holy place. This is not a place for talking. It's a place for hearing bona fide shastra and having darshan of the deities. So do not speak. Don't make noise. Stop speaking. Stop speaking.
Please keep silence.
Please be silent. This is a holy place. This is a temple. We don't have what you would call talking. You have to be silent in the temple. Of course, I'm going to talk, but I'm reading from the Bhagavad Gita. That means that I am giving spiritual knowledge. That's what should happen in the temple. There should not be any talking in the temple, but there should be knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. So that's what I am doing. And you can be benefited tremendously if you listen carefully. So, what's that? Okay. All right, now we'll stop right there for a minute. Are there any questions anyone has? If you ask a question, you will get one of my books. This one is Life's Problems and Solutions. Or you can choose another one, The Perfect Culture. Okay? So, does anyone have a question to ask? Does anyone have a question? Don't be afraid. you ask a question. Anybody have a question to ask? You see, if nobody asks a question, basically that means you're brain dead. You're not thinking. This is a temple. This is a place where you can make spiritual advancement by asking questions. You have a question? Don't put your finger in your mouth. What is your question?
Take the mic.
No, you hold it. Hold it for her.
I came here with my friend.
She doesn't have a question.
I have one question.
Oh, that's all right.
I be here for for my friend here, and there was
Anybody else has a question?
Look,
about-
this is not a joke. This is not a joke. You understand? This is serious. If she has a question, that's great. But don't make this a joke. All right, well, let her ask the question. All right, her question is, where is Krishna? He's in Vaikuntha, in the spiritual world. Say that word, Vaikuntha.
Vaikuntha.
That's where Krishna is, in the spiritual world. Are you going to remember that? Who taught you that? You're the servant of Krishna. You're not Krishna. You're the servant of Krishna. No, just because you have that clothing on, it doesn't make you Krishna. You're the servant of Krishna. Repeat. I am the servant of Krishna.
God. I'm serving Krishna.
Okay, that's who you are. Okay? You're not Krishna. You are the servant of Krishna. Hare Krishna. Okay, any other questions? Any other questions? If you ask a question, you get one of my books. Ask a question. Go ahead. Don't be afraid. Anybody? You see, the point is, if there are no questions, that means you're basically brain dead. You're in a temple here. This is where there should be discussion about the Lord, about Krishna. That's what we do in the morning, early in the morning, and later on in the late afternoon. We have discussions going on here in the temple. So, does anyone have a question? Yes. 1 second. Go
What
ahead.
does Hare Krishna mean?
Okay, what does Hare Krishna mean? Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Hare refers to Srimati Radharani, and Krishna means Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay?
Haribol, please give a clap to the little boy for the book. Haribol, what's your name?
My name Neve.
Thank you, Neem.
Okay, does anybody else have a question? There are so many adults here. Are you all brain dead or what? What is it? What's going on here? Ask a question. It's not only a little kid that has to ask a question. You should also ask questions. Anybody have a question?
Yes, he has a question.
Very good.
Please tell your name also and from where are you, little bit about yourself.
Hello, Prabhuji. I'm Bhanu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. I'd like to ask, we are celebrating Krishna's birthday today.
Yes, Janmashtami.
What do we give him? What can we offer him? And do we get a return gift?
Okay, what can we offer him? I understood. What was the next thing you said?
And because we are participating in the birthday, do we get a return gift as well?
What did you say? What does he say? What did he say?
We are attending Krishna's birthday, so there is a return gift.
Yeah, yeah. The return gift is hearing about Krishna. It took me many years to be able to speak about Krishna. many, many years. You're getting it free right now. I'm not saying, give me this money and I'll tell you. No. You're getting this knowledge freely. And this is the greatest knowledge. How to know your relationship with Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It's the most important person in the world that you can have knowledge of. So therefore, if you chant Hare Krishna, if you hear about Krishna, if you eat Krishna prasadam, if you are always engaged in Krishna conscious activities, you become eligible to go back to the spiritual world. You know, how much would it cost to go back to the spiritual world? What do you think? What do you think, how much it costs?
One and quarter crore japa.
What?
1.25 crore japa.
No. You're not even close to the number. There's an infinite number. Krishna is infinite. There's no 100,000 or so many crores or this or that. It has no end to it, because Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, right? So, therefore, if we simply chant Hare Krishna and hear lectures given by genuine devotees and eat Krishna prasadam, you become purified. And you'll be protected by Krishna, because Krishna is in your heart. And he says, oh, now he is taking an interest in me, so I will take an interest in him. You see? He's just waiting for you to take a serious interest in Krishna. He's just waiting for you to take a serious interest like that. Because everyone's carrying Krishna in the heart of the living entity. And as soon as Krishna sees that you're taking an interest in him, he'll do everything to help you make this your last life in the material world. And you'll go back to the spiritual world, Vaikuntha, where there's no misery. There are no, what you would call bandits or bad people. There are only pure devotees in the spiritual world, okay? So that should be our real purpose in life, to qualify ourselves to go back to Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha. Kunta means suffering, and Vaikuntha means no suffering. It's a place where there's no suffering. There's only happiness there. And there's a lot of information. Like the Christians have no information, hardly any information at all about their so-called heaven. But in Bhagavad Gita and other Vedic literatures, there's tremendous amount of knowledge of what's happening in the spiritual world and what the spiritual world is like and who are the residents of the spiritual world. Tremendous amount of knowledge. Just like Bhagavad Gita, it has knowledge, a lot of knowledge about the spiritual world, right? So these books are special. They're sacred books. In fact, Bhagavad Gita is definitely the oldest book in the history of the world. It was first spoken by Krishna to Vivaswan, the god of the sun god, billions of years ago. And then it was spoken the last time, 5,000 years ago, by Krishna to Arjuna. So this book, Bhagavad Gita, is the oldest book in the world. We should get serious about it. Just understanding a few pages of Bhagavad Gita can save you from birth, death, old age, and disease. That's how powerful this book is. We should take a serious interest in hearing Bhagavad Gita spoken by genuine devotees. If you read Bhagavad Gita, you won't understand anything. If you hear it spoken by genuine devotees, and if you ask questions, you'll learn a lot, more than you ever thought you were able to. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, any other questions? You ask a question, you also get a book. You have a question, sir? Oh, you asked them. Okay. Well, here it is.
Anybody has a question? Yes, please.
Hare Krishna. Jai. Any other questions? Please ask a question, somebody.
Come here.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Can we hear the Krishna Mahamantra, please?
What's that?
Can we hear the Krishna Mahamantra, please? Kirtan. Yes, can we start some kirtan?
Okay. You want to have some kirtan. Is that what you're saying? Okay. Put this over here. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everybody. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya. Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya. Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya. Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna
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 Krishna Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare Hare
Hare Rama Bolo Hare Rama
Hare Rama
Rama Rama
Rama Rama
Hare Hare
Hare Hare
Hare Hare Hare Hare Hare Hare Hare
Hare Hare Hare Hare Hare Hare
Bolo
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Hare Hare Hare Hare
Hare Hare Hare Hare Hare Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare
Bolo
Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol.
Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari
Bolo Hari
Bol.
Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol.
Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol.
Krishna Krishna Hey.
Krishna Krishna Hey.
Krishna Hey.
Krishna Krishna Hey.
Krishna Rakshamam.
Krishna Rakshamam.
Krishna Pahimam.
Krishna Bahimam.
Hare Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare
Hey, Bolo
Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare
Hari Bol,
Hare,
Hari Bol, Hari
Hare
Bol.
Ram Ram Hare
Hey, Bolo
Hare.
Hare Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Hey, Bolo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Gaura Bhakta Bhakta Vrinda.
Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Okay.
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopal Jaya Jaya,
Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopal Jaya Jaya.
Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya,
Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya.
Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopal Jaya Jaya,
Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopal Jaya Jaya.
Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya,
Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya
Bolo
Jaya.
Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopal Jaya Jaya,
Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopal Jaya Jaya.
Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopal Jaya Jaya,
Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopal Jaya
Bolo
Jaya.
Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopal Jaya Jaya,
Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopal Jaya Jaya.
Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya,
Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya.
Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya,
Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya.
Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya,
Radha Ramana Hari, Govinda Jaya Jaya.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hey Baba,
Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hey Baba,
Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda,
Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Krishna, 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 hey!
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 Krishna, 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 Rakshama!
Krishna, 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 Rakshama.
Krishna, 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 Pahima!
Krishna, 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 Pahima.
Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna, 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 Hare Hare,
Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Bol.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Haribo, Haribo.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare
Bola
Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Krishna 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 Krishna, hey.
Krishna 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 Krishna, hey.
Ram Raghava Rakshama.
Ram Raghava Rakshama.
Krishna Kesava Pahimam.
Krishna Keshava Krishna Pahimam.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol.
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Nitai Gaur Hari Bol,
Hari Bol,
Hari Bol,
Hari Bol,
Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol.
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
Nitai Gaur Hari Bol,
Hari Bol,
Hari Bol,
Hari Bol,
Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol.
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol,
Nitya Gaura Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol.
Hari Bol. Nitya Gaura Hari Bol.
Nitya Gaura Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Nitya Gaura Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Bolo
Hare.
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Bolo
Hare.
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Bol.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Hare, Hare
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Bo, Hare
Hare
Bo.
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.
Where's Jennifer?
Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Does he have the cow?
Hare
Let us bring it here. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hey, bolo
Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hey, bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Jai Shri Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Haribo,
Hare
Haribo.
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Haribo.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare
Bolo
Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Haribo,
Hare
Haribo.
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Bolo Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hari Bolo.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Haribo, Haribo.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Nitai Gora Haribo,
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 Haribo, Nitai Gora Haribo.
Nitai Gaura Haribo, Haribo, Nitai Gaura Haribo,
Nitai Gora Haribo,
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 Haribo, Nitai Gora Haribo.
Nitai Gaura Haribo, Haribo, Nitai Gaura Haribo,
Nitai Gora Haribo,
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 Haribo, Nitai Gora Haribo.
Nitai Gaura Haribo, Haribo, Nitai Gaura Haribo.
Nitai Gora Premanandi Ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Hare Krishna Mahamantra Ki Jai. Srimad Bhagavad Gita Grantaraj Ki Jai. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So today we're going to continue reading in the Bhagavad Gita as it is by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. And today it says, the process of devotional service is a very happy one. Susukam. Why is that? Devotional service consists of Shravanam and Kirtanam Vishnu. That means hearing and chanting the glories of the Lord. So one can simply hear the chanting of the glories of the Lord, or can attend philosophical lectures on transcendental knowledge given by an authorized acharyas. Simply by sitting, one can learn. Then one can eat the remnants of the food offered to God. Nice, palatable dishes. Well, we have that downstairs. No one leaves without having prasad here. 24 hours a day, every day of the year, we have free Krishna prasadam here in the temple, and also we take prasadam out in Samamish and other places with our food trucks and offer free prasadam to everyone that wants it. And believe me, there are a lot of people that want it and need it also. So, if you would like to come with us on our prasadam trucks, you'll be very happy because you see how much people really need food. We're very fortunate here in Sammamish. We have a good life. Hopefully, you will not be laid off from your work. And you'll be able to have a good time in Sammamish. It's a great place to live. However, in Krishna consciousness, it's not only a great place, it's a spiritual place. That's much greater than a great place. That's the greatest place, where there is knowledge of Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So I'm going to read a little bit more from the Bhagavad Gita as it is, by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. All the verses are not done by Srila Prabhupada, it's done by Krishna when he spoke to Arjuna 5,000 years ago. But the purports in this book are by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, to help us understand even more, even more deeply what is being said in the Bhagavad Gita. So, the process of devotional service is a very happy one. Why? Devotional service consists of Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, which means it means chanting and hearing about Vishnu or Krishna. So one can simply hear the chanting of the glories of the Lord, or can attend philosophical lectures on transcendental knowledge given by authorized acharyas. Simply by sitting, one can learn. Then one can eat the remnants of the food offered to God, nice palatable dishes or prasadam. In every state, devotional service is joyful. One can execute devotional service even in the most poverty-stricken condition. The Lord says, Patram pushpam phalam toyam. He is ready to accept from the devotee any kind of offering, never mind what, even a leaf, a flower, a fruit, or water, which are all available in every part of the world, can be offered by any person, regardless of social position, and will be accepted if offered with love. There are many instances in history, simply by tasting the tulasi leaves offered to the lotus feet of the Lord, great sages like Sanat Kumara became great devotees. Therefore, the devotional process is very nice, and it can be executed in a happy mood. God accepts only the love with which things are offered to Him. Now I'm going to reread that last sentence because it's very profound. It says that God, or Krishna, accepts only the love with which things are offered to Him. So, if you make an offering to God, it should be done with love. Otherwise, He's not going to accept it. So how do you offer with love? Well, you have to pray to the Lord. My dear Lord Krishna, you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. No one is equal to you, and no one is greater than you. Everyone is subordinate to you. You are the most beautiful, most wonderful, most generous, Supreme Personality of Godhead. My dear Lord Krishna, please accept this humble offering. So, you see, you have to glorify the Lord first and then make your offering. You don't just give it. There's always the necessity for glorifying the Lord. So He takes interest in what you're going to offer. It is said here that the devotional service is eternally existing. It is not as the Mayavadi philosophers claim. Although they sometimes take to so-called devotional service, their idea is that as long as they are not liberated, they will continue their devotional service, but at the end, when they become liberated, they will become one with God. Such temporary time-serving devotional service is not accepted as pure devotional service. Actually, devotional service continues even after liberation. When the devotee goes to the spiritual planet in the kingdom of God, he is also engaged there in serving the Supreme Lord. He does not try to become one with the Supreme Lord. He always remains the servant of the Lord. As will be seen in the Bhagavad Gita, actual devotional service begins after liberation. After one is liberated, when one is situated in the Brahman position, or Brahmabhuta, one's devotional service begins. Samak sarvesu bhutesu mad bhaktim labhate param. By executing devotional service, one can understand the Supreme Lord. No one can understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead by executing Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga, or any other yoga independently. But by these yogic methods, one may make a little progress toward Bhakti Yoga. But without coming to the stage of devotional service, one cannot understand what is the personality of Godhead. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is also confirmed that when one becomes purified by executing the process of devotional service, especially by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita from realized souls, then he can understand the science of Krishna. In other words, if you read Bhagavad Gita, or if you read any book, you're not going to understand much. However, if you hear the book spoken by the author, you'll understand a lot, you see. And you also have the chance to ask questions. But if you simply take a book and read it, after you finish reading, you will not remember much. Is that right? What do you think, sir? Is that true or is that not true? Huh? Say out loud. Yeah, it's true. You read a book, but after you think about it, you don't remember much. But if you hear the book spoken and you ask questions, then you begin to learn what the book is all about. And that's why all the time, after I speak a little bit, I always say, is there any questions? Now, if there's nobody raising their hand, that means they haven't heard what I said, or that they're brain dead, either way. So it's very important to ask questions. You don't learn if you just sit there and it's, in fact, it's not even proof that you're listening. If you're listening, you will definitely have questions to what is said. So I'll stop right there. Are there any questions? Does anybody have a question? It can be about what I said, or it can be about any subject related to Krishna. Don't ask me what the what's going to happen Monday. I don't know. But you can ask me any question about Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now, don't all raise your hands at the same time. So, are there any questions? There has to be at least one question. When you ask a question, it means that you've been listening. Yes, young lady. Where is the microphone? Here it comes. Here it comes. No, stay right there. The microphone is coming. Okay, speak louder.
Should anybody worried about Vaishnava Aparad in the beginning of devotion?
Okay, that's a nice question. Should anyone worry about Vaishnava Aparad in their initial introduction to Krishna consciousness? Is that right?
Yes.
No, we should not worry. Why? Because if you are a person who has a genuine desire to learn about Krishna, you will not commit any aparad. How can you learn if you commit an aparad? You're not going to learn anything, right? So, there has to be submission, right? Submission means when you want to learn spiritual knowledge, you have to surrender. There was one man in India during the British time. His name was Surrender Not. And the British men made fun all the time. They said, oh, his name is Surrender Not. So, to make advancement in Krishna consciousness, you have to surrender. You have to surrender to a bona fide guru. Not a guru who smokes, drinks, and spends your money. No, a guru who follows the rules and regulations of Krishna consciousness. No meat eating, no gambling, no illicit sex, no intoxication, and always chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. The guru has to be following the rules and regulations of Krishna consciousness. If he doesn't, then he's not a guru, he is a kangaroo. And believe me, there are a lot of kangaroos around. See? But a real guru will strictly follow the rules and regulations of spiritual life. Okay? So what is your question again?
Yeah, it's clear.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm clear now.
What? Oh, you're clear now?
Yeah,
Okay. Thank you very much.
Haribol.
Any other questions? If you don't ask a question, you don't learn anything. Okay? Young lady there has a question. You're next, young boy. Young lady has a question. Or the young girl has a question.
Where does Krishna live?
Where does Krishna live?
Where does what is the translation?
Where does Krishna live?
Krishna lives in Vaikunta. Let me hear you say that, young lady. Vaikunta. How do you say that? Vaikunta. Krishna lives in Vaikunta. It's a spiritual world. Vaikunta. Kunta means suffering. Vai means no. Krishna lives in a place where there's no suffering. There's only happiness. Yes, young lady.
Is only God good or is only God not good?
What did he say? Translation.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, he is asking, is onion garlic good or is onion garlic not good?
Okay, I didn't quite understand. I heard good or not good.
Yeah,
What
onion
is it?
garlic.
What?
He's asking about onion garlic.
Oh, onion and garlic.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. In other words, onion and garlic are not accepted if you're a Vaishnava. Of course, most Indians can't eat anything without onion and garlic. But onion and garlic are in the modes of ignorance and passion. So therefore, we don't eat things that are in ignorance and passion. So, why is that?
Yeah.
Well, onion and garlic, they're both vegetables, aren't they? Yes. But a Vaishnava will not eat them because they are rajasic and tamasic, meaning they are full of lust and ignorance. So therefore, we don't eat onion and garlic. That's a simple explanation. I can give a much bigger explanation, but that's enough. When you eat onion and garlic, you're dealing with two things that are forbidden to eat because they are rajasic and tamasic foods. We eat, devotees only eat sattvic foods. Devotees always have a sattvic life. Sattvic means goodness, not anything that is lusty or it is ignorant. Okay? All right, so I see a bunch of young children's arms. Who has a question? Okay, go ahead, young lady.
Why does Krishna
have a what? Oh, why does Krishna have a flute? Why do you have a nose? Huh? Why do you have a nose? Then I don't know why Krishna has a flute. What? Yeah, okay. So now Krishna has a flute because he makes very beautiful music with his flute. When you hear the flute of Krishna, you become overwhelmed with love for Krishna because the music that he makes is so beautiful. That's why he has a flute. He wants to touch your heart with the music that he makes with the flute. Okay, another question, young lady. We'll get to you next, son.
How old is Krishna?
How old are you?
7.
Well, he's a little bit younger than you.
Okay.
Next. See, Krishna never gets old. That's why I answered like that. He never gets old. Next, you had a question, young man? He's okay now? Go ahead.
This isn't about Krishna, but
What?
this isn't about Krishna, but is there any other
Is it
god?
about Trump?
No.
Oh, okay, then go ahead.
Is there any other god that lives in Vaikuntha?
Is there any other God? In Vaikuntha. Well, in Vaikuntha, there are only pure devotees. So, in a sense, they're all gods. They're not equal to Krishna, but they're very close to Krishna. So, they're all transcendental personalities. Next question. Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Yeah, okay. Any other questions? No questions? No answers. Okay, so we have a new temple in Bothell. And we need to collect a little bit more money to enter it without any debt. We have already paid $2 million. We just have to pay $1 more million, but I've got a lot of donations already, but not enough to cover that $1 million completely. And this new temple is in Bothell, right on the edge, Bothell-Linwood border. And this is a picture of it here. I'll have it, give it to Chaitanya, you can take a look at it. Please give us a donation for this new temple. We're going to move in about, the end of September.
October is when, yeah.
October, is it?
October is when we'll open the temple.
Oh, it's when
But
we
in
open.
September we want to take the
Okay,
possession
we're
of
gonna
it.
we're gonna open it up in October.
Yeah.
So, and it's a very nice temple, right next to what do you call it?
Linwood.
Linwood and Bothell.
Bothell area.
Yeah.
So how many of you here come from the North Seattle, Linwood, Bothell? Any area?
Or Sammamish. I'm sorry. Or what do you call it? Downtown.
Yeah. Anybody here from? So you're from there? Anyone else? There we have one, two more. So this temple is actually going to be just about 3 minutes away from the Alderwood Mall. Right? It's very, very primarily located. It's also about 2-3 minutes, 2-3 miles away from Costco. So
Oh,
who
Costco!
doesn't go to
Haribol!
So now you have literally, a stone's throw from probably some of the people who go to that area or live in that area. So it's going to be same Radha Krishna temple that is going to be, opened up in less than about 2 months or so. But as Maharaj said, we do need donations to reach to the goal. So if anybody is interested, please let us know. We have some people at the back, the table there, that are willing to take your donations. There is a QR code. We can take it online. And you can also pledge. If you cannot donate right now, don't worry. You can pledge today. It's an auspicious day. And then we will follow up with you appropriately and then, collect the donation at the right time. So again, once again, we appreciate your time. So please do something on this auspicious day. We have 3 ways to actually donate. One is you can help build the temple. Second is we also have cows. Krishna loves cows. So you can protect the cows or you can feed the cows. So we have programs where you can feed a cow for 6 months. You can take care of the cow for a year, like that. So we have programs. And then the third one is, as you know, we serve prasadam non-stop, as Maharaj said, non-stop, both in the current temple, any new temple also. So you can also, do annadan. And this is the one where it definitely goes to the people. So all the volunteers only cook. So money is not going to any people to fill their pockets. So it's going to the actual people that need prasadam. So please do help. And there are people at the back side at the table. So if you are interested, please come reach us. Thank you. Yes. We do have a Goshala in Redmond. Yeah, Redmond. It's called Goloka Farm. If you just Google Goloka Farm, farm. Yeah, it's literally. How many of you know PCC in Redmond? PCC. So Avondale place, I think it's called Avondale Road. Only you go further up. So just cross PCC after the signal. It's literally about maybe 500 feet, something like that. It's very, very close by. So look for Goloka Farm. And then most of the times you will be able to come there and feed the cows. You can also participate in Go Seva. So which is very auspicious. Every, Shastra recommends that it's a very auspicious thing because cows are representative of all devatas. And of course, they're very, dear to Krishna.
Don't forget that Krishna was a cowherd boy.
Exactly.
So if you do something nice for a cow, you get the attention of Krishna, who loves cows. And we have many cows. We have over 80 cows. And we have 3 farms. And we have wonderful milk. Has anybody here drank the milk that we sell? Anybody?
Yeah, there are.
Okay, give her the microphone. Would you like to say what it's like to drink that milk? And why you are drinking that milk?
Hare Krishna, Dandavad Pranam Maharaj. The reason I drink is because it is pure and we don't do anything harmful to our cow, and it's so pure and it's such a blessing to even have that availability in our place, right, in Smash.
Yeah, because number one, we never kill the cows or the bulls. Number 2, the cows that we have that are being milked, they are ahimsa. It's ahimsa milk. They'll never be killed, and we always protect them. We don't, try and milk them 2 or 3 times a day. We only milk them once a day. And it's with love and devotion. We protect them. So, yeah, we have wonderful milk cows, wonderful milk. And the milk that they give is heavenly. Would you say that? Okay, so that validates what I just said. You should get our milk. Okay, where can I get our milk?
So we do, again, if you are in Samamish Temple, Bellevue Temple, or our Redmond Goloka Farm. So these are the 3 locations where you can get the milk. It's served in typically gallons. So we sell almost like 300 gallons a week. So lots of demand for the milk. But as Mara said, it's A2 milk plus you can add another A. I call it A3 milk because ahimsa A2 milk. So.
All right, very good. Ahimsa A2. I like that. Okay, I got it. All right, are there any more questions? We need more questions. Yes, young gentleman. You are very nicely dressed there. Okay, 1 second, young lady. 1 second.
This is about the milk. How do they get like 300 gallons of milk? Yeah.
We have cows who have big udders, this big, full of milk. Why? Because they know we're not going to kill them. And we give them very nice grass, Timothy grass, which is a special type of grass that helps them. See, you and I can't do that. You know, if you eat grass, you're not going to give milk. But the cows can eat grass and give the most wonderful milk, especially if they feel loved. So we love our cows. We don't hurt them in any way. And we have what you would call very gentle relationships with the cows. So you should come to our farm. Have you ever come to our farm in Redmond? Your mother should bring, you should bring your son. Huh? Okay, yeah. It's very important for children to have association with a docile, friendly cow.
So, and we do have 2 of them downstairs. So you fed them, you can pet them, and yeah, so we take care of them, as Mara said. Like
So that's Radhika and Priya, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, they're downstairs now. Okay, any other questions? Any other questions?
All right.
How old is Krishna?
How old is Krishna? How old are you?
4.
You're 4? He's younger than you. Yeah, because he never gets old. He never gets old. He's always, he doesn't get old. So
What's Krishna's last name?
what's Krishna? What's that? The last name of Krishna. That's a good question. So Krishna's father what is Krishna's father's name? Huh? Vasudeva. Yes. So his father's name is Vasudeva. Well, that's his first name or his second name? Devakinandan. Okay. Okay. So anyway, Krishna's father's name is Vasudeva. So that's what you should understand. Vasudeva. Okay. Any other questions, ladies and gentlemen? Don't be afraid. This is your opportunity to raise your hand and ask a question.
What about any adults have any questions? You're making it a problem for the kids.
Where is Krishna?
In your heart. He's in your heart.
Did you understand? The Krishna is in your heart.
He's the closest person to you, right in your heart. That's why he knows everything you think, everything you do, everything you want, everything you don't want. He knows everything about you because he's right in your heart. He is closer to you than anyone else, closer than your mother and father and your friends. Krishna is the closest person to everyone. Therefore, when you understand that, you become a civilized person. You will not commit any type of sinful activity, knowing very well that there is a, there is a person watching you. That's Krishna. He's in your heart. He knows everything you're thinking, everything you're doing. Once you understand that, you become a civilized person. But ignorant people that don't want to have any knowledge of Krishna, they'll engage in all kinds of sinful activities and they'll suffer terribly. So you can never trick Krishna. Krishna knows everything about ourselves. Therefore, just like one time there was a gentleman I knew, and he cheated on his wife. He went out with some other woman. So one day I met him and I said, "Why did you do that?" I said, "You have such a nice wife. Why did you do that?" He said, "I thought I could get away with it." You can't get away with anything. There's always going to be a witness. And the ultimate witness is Krishna, who's in your heart. So he knows everything you do. So no one can get away with anything, because there's always going to be a witness. And the ultimate witness is Krishna himself. Once a child or a teenager or anybody understands that, they become a genuine person, and they won't commit any sinful activities because they know they can't get away with it because there's a witness. A thief is very happy when there's no witnesses. That's because the thieves are stupid. They're ignorant. There's always a witness, and the ultimate witness is Krishna himself. So nobody can get away with anything. You'll eventually get caught for sinful activities. Now, there's one good thing about this age that we're living in Kali Yuga. In previous ages, if you thought about doing something sinful, you would get the result immediately. But in Kali Yuga, if you think of doing something sinful, but you don't do it, then there's no reaction. See? So, and that's a good thing, because sometimes we have bad thoughts, but you have to do that bad thought to get the karma. But in previous ages, simply thinking of being evil, immediately you would get the karma. So there are some benefits in Kali Yuga. Okay, any other questions? Questions? Going 1, 2, and there's a hand. Okay. What is your young girl's question? Okay. Anybody else have a question? Please ask questions. That's the way you have discussion and you can learn things. Any other questions? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, Jai Shri Krishna Bhagavan Ki Jai. We will hear more from Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavad Gita. And it says, it is said here that devotional service is eternally existing. It is not, as the Mayavadi philosophers claim, although they sometimes take to so-called devotional service, their idea is that as long as they are not liberated, they will continue their devotional service, but at the end, when they become liberated, they will become one with God. Such temporary, time-serving devotional service is not accepted as pure devotional service. Actually, devotional service continues even after liberation. When the devotee goes to the spiritual planets in the kingdom of God, he is also engaged there in serving the Supreme Lord. He does not try to become one with the Supreme Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Okay, so I just read something. Who remembers what I just read? Raise your hand. Who remembers what I just read? Okay, I'm going to read it again. I'm going to read it slower. And let's see who can remember. So get on your smart hat so you can remember something. It is said here that this devotional service is eternally existing. It is not as the Mayavadi philosophers claim. Although they sometimes take to so-called devotional service, their idea is that as long as they are not liberated, they will continue their devotional service, but at the end, when they become liberated, they will become one with God. Okay. Can anyone remember what I just said? Yes, young man. Say what your name is first. What is your name?
Arjun.
Arjun?
No, Arjun.
No, what is it?
With an A and not a U.
Arjun? Okay. Is that like Arjun or it's different than Arjun? It's the same, right? Arjun, yeah, okay. Which part of India you come from? North, that's why you said Jun. Okay, go ahead.
I don't remember the full thing, but I think it's the devotion. If you get devotion, then you become one with God or something.
Okay, you're trying to answer my question, right? What you remember from what I just read. Is that it? Okay, so say what you remember.
If you do something with devotion, you become one with God.
If okay, no, you never. Well, okay, yes, it says here. When they become liberated, they will become one with God. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, but that's a false statement, though. You never become one with God. You can become the servant of God, but you never become God. So this is what the Mayavadi philosophers say. Mayavad, it's a Sanskrit word. It means Maya is illusion. So the Mayavadis are worshiping things that are illusory and false. So, therefore, you never become one with God. God is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and we are all subservient. We are all servants of God. So you can become the servant of God, but you never will become, as it says here, you'll never become God himself, right? And by the way, God doesn't have to become something. He's always God eternally. So if anyone says, I am God, you can ask them, how did you become God? One day I met this man. He gave me his card, and in the card it said that he was a member of the Rosicrucian, Rosicrucian organization, and that he was spiritually equal to God. He had that on the card. So I asked him a question. I said, oh, you're spiritually equal to God. How did you become spiritually equal to God? He said, well, I smoked a little marijuana, and I said a few mantras, and I became God. I said, now I know that you are a nonsense person. He said, what? Why are you saying that? I said, because you cannot become God. God is always God. You can become subservient to God. You can become the servant of God, but you don't become God under any circumstances. So therefore, you're a bogus person, and I hope you'll never say that again. And he said, he got all upset. Yeah, but you should get a little bit upset when someone says, I am God. It's nonsense. No one can become equal to Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay, any other questions? Come on. Give me some hard questions or soft questions, doesn't matter. Any more questions? Any more questions? Going once, going twice. Any more questions? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Yes, sir. Haribo, Prabhuji.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Haribo.
My name is Rajinder.
It's a very nice name, Rajinder.
Thank you.
Very nice name.
My question is, people more worship why they have a lot of troubles in life in every field. More you worship, more problems, financially, physical, and all. Why is that?
All right, 1 second. I need a translation here. What did he say?
Prabhuji is saying, the more you worship, the more problems?
Oh, no, the answer is you're worshiping the wrong person.
Exactly.
Okay? Who are you worshiping?
He believes in everything. God is one.
No, that's the problem. You have not been educated properly. God is not one. He is unique. No one is equal to him or greater than him. When you say God is one, see, it's a little bit, let's say, misleading. There's only one God. Yeah, you can say that. But when you say God is one, a lot of people can be one. You understand? But God is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. No one is equal to him. No one is greater than him. So when you learn more about Krishna consciousness, you'll understand that Krishna has a unique position. No one can emulate him. Okay? But thank you for the question, Hare Krishna. Any other questions? Don't be afraid. This is question time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Any follow-up questions?
I didn't get the answer. Yeah, so it's okay. Thank you so much.
So he doesn't believe he got the answer. Is that what you said? So he doesn't believe that that answered his question, and he's saying, again, his original question was, when people worship more, they seem to be having more problems. Why is that? So I think, right?
That's because
did you understand his answer though? What is the answer you understood? What did you understand? See, I think he's saying, according to Shastra, that when you worship Krishna as he states, then Krishna is guaranteeing that everybody will be happy. I think, Maharaj, you want to talk about how Prabhupada once, somebody said, are you happy?
All right, now wait a minute. Let's not go all over the place here. Your question, say your question again. What is your question?
So people are worshipping.
No, let him say it. Let him say it. Yes, please say out loud so I can hear carefully.
When people who worship more and more, doesn't matter who they worship to, have more problems in the life, in every field, financial, physical, or anything. So why is that? They are more closer to God, they are facing more problems.
Okay, now it's a very simple answer. They're not actually worshiping God. They're worshiping a facsimile of God that they have created in their mind. God is a unique person. And no one is equal to him, no one is greater than him. In fact, let me read you something so that we can become more shastrically. Okay, take care of the child, please. Okay, so Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This has been validated by great sannyasis and great, let's say, personalities. And it says here, one second, I find what I'm looking for. That's okay. Najayate mriyate va kedachin, nayam bhutva bhavitavana bhuya, ajo nitya sasvatam yam purano, nahanyate hanyamane sarire. For the soul, there is neither birth nor death at any time. The soul has not come into being, does not come into being, and will not come into being. He is unborn, eternal, ever-existing, and primeval. He is not slain when the body is slain. So, this is a very important verse. It shows that the soul is eternal. Everybody has an eternal soul. And where do they get that eternal soul from? From God, from Krishna. We are all part and parcel of Krishna. Now, that means that we're all related. We all come from Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We may have differences in body, but our soul is one. In other words, we're part and parcel of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That doesn't mean we're equal to him, but that means that we have all come from him. It doesn't matter what your religion is. It doesn't matter if you're an atheist. We have all come originally from Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Now, some people know it, some people don't know it. It's a question of who you associate with. If you associate with genuine devotees, you will learn that you are part and parcel of Krishna. That means that you and I and everyone have originally come from Krishna. And Krishna has the ability to expand himself millions and billions of times. So we're all like little Krishnas, and Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. We'll never be equal to Krishna, but we can come a little bit closer to Krishna by giving up all sinful activities, meat eating, gambling, illicit sex, and intoxication, and taking up the principles of Krishna consciousness, chanting the holy names of the Lord, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, eating only Krishna prasadam, nothing else, and regularly hearing lectures given by bona fide devotees about Krishna. And number 4, coming out on Harinam Sankirtan, where we distribute prasadam to everyone and give them books and knowledge of who Krishna is, and invite them to come to our temple or to come to our farm where we have nice cows that you can pet, and we also have wonderful milk. So in this way, one becomes becomes regulated to understand who Krishna is through practical experience. The experience of petting a cow and feeding a cow, the experience of hearing lectures about Krishna, the experience of asking questions to genuine devotees, the experience of going out into the streets and preaching Krishna consciousness. In these different ways, we become purified of lust, anger, and greed. We become very humble and meek, and we do things that are good and wholesome for people. People are suffering. So many people are suffering. So many people are lonely. So many people feel as if that maybe they should commit suicide, or maybe they should just forget about being happy. All that is unnecessary. That's because they don't have a genuine relationship with God or Krishna. Once we have a genuine relationship with Krishna, and that relationship is established by engaging in seva, in service to the Lord. And there's many different types of services that you can perform for Krishna. Like, for example, you can come to our farm and take care of the cows. Well, Krishna himself is a cowherd boy. He has millions of cows. He loves cows. So if you take care of cows, and our farm, by the way, is in Sammamish. It's very close by. If you take care of a cow, Krishna is very satisfied. Or you can come on our food trucks, and we give free food 5-6 days a week to all kinds of people that come. So, but the food is not normal food. It's prasadam. Therefore, the person not only fills his stomach, but he gets the blessing of eating prasadam. So it's different than a soup, what do you call it? A soup, what is that called? A soup canteen. That's just food. But what we distribute is prasadam, sanctified food that is bona fide. There's not meat, fish, or eggs, or anything like that. And it's made of only pure prasadam. That way, people make tangible spiritual advancement by eating prasadam. And they make tangible spiritual advancement by coming to the farm and taking care of the cows. You can pet the cows. You can use a brush on the body of the cow. The cows love to be brushed. In fact, our cows are out. 2 of our cows are outside right now. And you can go and pet them. You can go and hug them. And you can go and massage them. They love to be massaged. They always have itches all the time. So the Krishna himself is a cowherd boy. So, and he has many cows. He has millions of cows. So if you take care of cows, then Krishna takes care of you because he loves cows. The worst thing you can do in your life is to eat cow meat. That is like the dumbest, worst thing you can do, because the karma that you get by eating meat is horrible. I don't want to scare you, but if you're eating meat right now, my heartfelt, what you would call, my heartfelt statement is give it up immediately, because that's one of the worst things you can do, is to eat cow meat. If you're going to eat meat, you can eat a dog. It's still meat, right? It's still meat. But don't eat a cow. That's the worst thing you can do. Okay, so let's ask some more questions. Any other questions anybody has? What's that? Is it 4 o'clock? Is it 4 o'clock already? Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to go to another part.
Krishna prema pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। गौरा हे गौरा हे गौरा हे गौरा हे। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद। जय रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भट्ट दास रघुनाथ। जय रूप सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री जीव गोपाल भक्त दास रघुनाथ। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंद। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य बेनीरा आरे कबिनिताय चंदेर करुणा होइबे संसार बसन मोरा कबे तुच्छ हबे। गौरांग बोलिते होबे पुलक शरीरा हरि हरि बोलिते नयने बबेनीरा। विषय छड़िया कबे शुद्ध हबे मान कबे हम हेरब श्री वृंदावन। रूप रघुनाथ पदे होइबे यकुटी कबे हम भुज हबो से जुगल पीरिति। गौरांग बोलित होबे पुलक शरीरा हरि हरि। मारो प्रणाम मारो प्रणाम बाके बिहारी जी मारो प्रणाम बाके बिहारी जी मारो प्रणाम बाके बिहारी जी मारो प्रणाम। मोर मुकुट माथ्या तिलक बिराजा मोर मुकुट माथ्या अधर मधुर धर बंसी बजावा अधर मधुर धर बंसी बजावा रिझिरि झावा ब्रज नारी की रिझिरि झावा ब्रज नारी की मारू प्रणाम बाके बिहारी जी मारू प्रणाम या छवि देखा देखा या छवि देखा मोया मेरा या छवि देखा मोया मेरा मोहन गिरिवर धारी जी मोहन गिरिवर धारी जी मोहन गिरिवर धारी जी मारू प्रणाम बाके बिहारी जी मारू प्रणाम बाके बिहारी जी मारू प्रणाम 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 राधा कृष्ण प्राण मोरा जुगल किशोर राधा कृष्ण प्राण मोरा जुगल किशोर जीवने मरणे गति और नहीं मोर जीवने मरणे गति और नहीं मोर राधा कृष्ण प्राण मोरा जुगल किशोर कालिंदीर कोले केली कदंबीर वन कालिंदीर कोले केली कदंबीर वन रतन बिदिर ऊपर बुस बुधु जन रतन बिदिर ऊपर बुस बुधु जन राधा कृष्ण प्राण मोरा जुगल किशोर श्याम गौरी अंगे दिबो चंदनेर गौध चामर दुलाबो कबी हिरी मुख चंद्र राधा कृष्ण प्राण मोरा जुगल किशोर गथिया माला तीर माला दिबो दोहार गले अधर तुलिया दिबो कर्पूर तांबूले अधर तुलिया दिबो कर्पूर तांबूले राधा कृष्ण प्राण मोरा युगल किशोर ललिता विशाखा यादे जत सखी ब्रोध आज्ञाय कुरिबो सेवा चरणारविंद राधा कृष्ण प्राण मोरा युगल किशोर श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु दासेरनुदास सेवाय अभिलाष करे नरोत्तम दास राधा कृष्ण प्राण मोरा युगल किशोर जीवने मरणे गति और नहीं मोर राधा कृष्ण प्राण मोरा युगल किशोर जोशीडा ने लाख बधाई रे अब घर आयु श्याम जोशीडा ने लाख बधाई रे अब घर आयु श्याम आन आनंद उमगी भयो है आज आनंद उमगी भयो है आज आनंद उमगी भयो है जीवन है सुख धाम अब घर आयु श्याम पांच सखी मिल सी के आनंद ठामू धाम अब घर आयु श्याम